in Nazareth, Israel.
I see.
So in January this year, Paul, I found myself in International Management Institute studying something.
Is that you there?
So that's me at the institute here in Nazareth.
Nazareth in Israel?
In Israel, yes.
You traveled there?
I traveled there.
For a pilgrimage?
Yeah. Well, it was a training program that I had the opportunity also to do. So that's me and some of my other guy to the right, Eddie, is a Ghanaian. He came from Koku board. And so this was international diplomacy, international relations, national security. And that was one of our course directors. So this is in Nazareth.
I see.
So, Paul, interesting. So at this program, we were there for about 2 weeks in January of 24. Then, apparently, this world. So the president of the institute kept mentioning the name of Dr. Matthew Koku Prempeh. So Napo happened to at the institute 2-3 years ago, and quite a number of Ghanaians also. Only for me to be given this document. Now, this is University of Cape Coast, and this is 17th of May. Is to the president letter of what?
Read it. Turn it and read it properly.
Letter of commitment. Okay, for capacity building in precision agriculture in Ghana. Signed by the Pro Vice Chancellor of UCC, Professor Mrs. Rosemond Bowen. This is it.
Okay.
So apparently, this thing that Vice President Bawumia has been talking about, this whole digitalization thing that people want to laugh at, and I got attached to it, the concept. Yeah, we are doing politics, but when I got this thing from the institute, so when I was coming, then they gave me this letter to His Excellency the Vice President. This is dated 31st May of 2022. Long and short, Paul, this is the curriculum that has been developed, precision agriculture, online studies, whatever. So apparently, Dr. Bawumia and Napo, who was then education minister, this whole digitalization thing, trying to get the University of Cape Coast to engage the Galilee International Management Institute so we can bring precision farming to our agriculture here in Ghana, part of the technology digitalization concept. Now, I'm giving these documents because they have profiled me, so they know that yeah, you are Ghanaian, you are there, up there. John Mahama and his boys can decide that they don't respect me or regard me, but the world respects me, and I'm grateful to God for that. So I'm giving this, Paul. So I'm NDC, and I'm giving this to bring to the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. So because of this NDC, MPP petty politics, so I get to the Sea of Galilee, then I throw this document into the Sea of Galilee. Abro, wickedness. Or I arrive in Ghana.
What is the document? What is the letter? What is it about?
So this is the.
What are they asking?
So this is the
to do.
So that is the MOU signed by the UCC and the institute
to partner in that way.
Yes, and this is the curriculum that they have drawn now
to train Cape Coast
to train
students.
Yes, and lecturers in precision agriculture.
What's the meaning of precision agriculture?
So let me just read this thing for you. So, the spirit of innovation has been part of the Israeli culture since its establishment in 1948. Israeli agriculture has been anticipating the effects of climate change for decades and is impressively adapted for arid and semi-arid climates. As a key player in the global agricultural landscape, the country benefits from a prosperous agricultural market founded on practical and cost-effective innovations and solutions rather than natural resources. So basically,
so agriculture doesn't rely on rain and all that.
Exactly.
Irrigation and more. Okay.
So it's more. That's why it's precision.
So we need it.
We need it, and they have it. And this is what Dr. Bawumia and Napo, as education minister, started working on for the University of Cape Coast. to have that critical mass of lecturers and students, then they spread out into the republic. So if I go studying as a Ghanaian, a citizen, as President Akufo-Addo says, that we should be citizens and not spectators, and I'm giving this document. So because I'm NDC,
the NDC people saying that you shouldn't have given.
No, I'm just having a conversation.
Okay.
We're coming back to Trump.
Yes.
Now, the point I'm seeking to make is that in not being wicked and evil to the Republic of Ghana, in not being a petty politician, to think that if I bring this document to the government of Ghana, led by an NPP party, they will score some political points.
Major ones. Yeah, what is major?
That will not inure to my political party. And so I will hide this document, I will eat it up, I will burn it.
When you win. Then you win.
Good. But time and tide waits for no man.
My
Bible tells me that I have today. So you have tomorrow. So I brought it. I couldn't find the vice president, obviously busy. So somebody connected me with Napo, who had now become energy minister.
Oh, so, I see. Yes. Recent. He wasn't running mates yet.
No, he wasn't. This is January of this year.
Okay.
And on 20th January, I remember while I was there, I was at the Wailing Wall with the Ghana flag, praying that God, this is my Ghana, that come in Kuma and Koku say that you should bless the country. Me, I'm here. This Wailing Wall, they say they come and pray. Need to bless my homeland Ghana for me. And I did so. So I give this document to Napo in his office as energy minister now. Of course, he remembers very well. And it's like, wow, you brought this thing to me. Now to this Ghana that is on your heart like this. Anyway, you are trying very hard to keep President Mills' legacy alive. Do you know that this President Mills, I knew when I was a schoolboy. And I'm like, how? He says, Koku, look, it's a small world we live in. So he tells me the story of his mother's elder sister, who is married to a certain Mr. Dodo, registrar on Legon campus. So he and Napo as a schoolboy in Kumasi, University Primary, will come to Accra for holidays with his elder auntie, who is Mrs. Dodo. Guess whose mother is Mrs. Dodo?
Tell me.
Professor Dodo Padigo.
The sports guy.
Professor Mills' guy. Professor Mills' guy.
I remember him. Yeah.
Who was at the presidency
he was,
with us under Mills.
Yeah.
That's Napo's first cousin.
Oh, I see.
Yes. You see how...
But Dodo is close to Mills, because Mills used to talk about Dodo even before he became president.
Good, because Padigo was a great sportsman.
Yeah. Walanyo Agra is the one who told me how close Dodo and Mills were.
Good.
I remember that.
Padigo.
Because we were doing coup d'etat, GFA coup d'etat. I don't know whether you were involved. And then Walanyo Agra said that, look, if Dodo is not with you, bro, this thing won't work. Who is he? He said, Charlie and Prof are like that. So I remember that.
Good.
Oh, I see. That's why I said Professor Mills guy.
Good.
Yeah.
So Padigo was at the presidency with us. And that's Napo's first cousin. So their mothers are sisters. And Napo actually told me in this conversation that Padigo currently is their head of family.
On the mother's side?
On the mother's side,
oh, I see.
So his father is Ghana, all right. But on the mother's side, he's head of family somewhere. So Napo is like, Koku. So this is how I knew Prof as a small boy. You've gone to beg Nanado to build a Sunday Park. Me, Napo. Is there anything I can do to contribute my quota to what you are doing to keep the man's memory alive? Because I knew him as a small boy. He was even my auntie's husband, were very close friends. We used to play together. So back to that's when I said, Napo, you know what? I've been accused that I've been renting people into Otwam. So there's family in Otwam as far as I'm concerned. Just like when I met President Akufo-Addo and asked me, Koku, what can I do for you? Blank check. I didn't ask for any personal thing. I said, Asumdwe Park. Napo, you know what? Let me put you in touch with the family. Ask them what they want. And let's continue from there. Long and short, that's how I put Napo in touch with the Otwam family. And that's what you see today.
Let's see the videos or the pictures, whatever you have. Let's see them. Okay, so what's this? Walk us through.
So this is it.
So what did they build?
So they built a new structure there from scratch. So it has so it's like a guest house plus a library facility.
Okay.
So the library facility will be tuned, done well, and because I have a lot of material, we'll set up that library. The guest house facility so that it can have its own internally generated funds to take care of certain things. So people can now visit. So we want to create a local economy around this structure.
So tourists can go to.
Exactly.
So it's called the President Mills
Memorial House and Library.
Okay.
So it has a kitchenette. So people can, families or researchers can actually go and stay in, live there for a week or two, pay a little thing. So you have the kitchen facility, you can cook for yourself, or for that matter.
So a professor at Legon on sabbatical
can go and sit there.
Research into something.
That's it.
That will fit the Mills image. He's a distinguished professor.
And that's what we have done. And you know,
so no, I'm interested in what did the Otuan family that are looking for you, what did they say when you got there?
So if there's a prayer, if a producer can, when we were cutting the sword, you hear the queen, the Chidamima Nana in Fiwa the third. When she was pouring libation, she and the Bishop Binding. This was in May when we were cutting the sword. And you know, I remember when we were cutting the sword, and I told Napo that why don't we go? So even in May, he was still not made running mate.
Yes.
So he was doing this out of extreme altruism. If he knew he was going to be running mate, I didn't know. But he was doing it out of extreme altruism. Now, last Thursday, Paul, was the first time Napo set foot at the site. So it means that over the period when the family decided that this is what they wanted, and you know what? Me too, Koku, I wanted a thing like this. Why? Because the Presidential Memorial Library Complex, that was built in Cape Coast, and I was a member of that committee. Mr. Kofi Totobi-Kwachi was the chairman of that committee. I've said it several times and I say it again. Anyidoho, if you go to that library sitting at Cape Coast, Mr. Totobi-Kwachi made it clear to all of us committee members that at the time, this is 12, 13, 14, up to the time President Mahama commissioned that library in 16, that the telcos, the telecommunications companies, had fully funded the construction of that Presidential Memorial Library Complex. Kojo Manfi, the contractor, is still alive. His office is at Railway. Now, Kojo Manfi refuses to release the key to the complex because he says Kofi Totobi-Kwachi, chairman of the committee, has not paid him.
But didn't he say it's being funded, as you said?
I'm saying that is it. And I'm asking Ghanaians, as a member of the committee, I even suggested that we should put the plaque of our names at the frontage of that library so that the Nana Council will know that this is the work that was done. But now, I feel that my family name is being abused because it sits on the frontage there. We haven't paid the contractor, and 17 names are there. Totobi-Kwachi is the chairman. And this is a group of people.
Where is it? Which part of Accra?
Oh, it's in Cape Coast. Close to the
Cape Coast. Yeah, I remember.
Close to the Cape Coast Castle. And these are the things that Koku Anyidoho is not supposed to say. When he says it, it's because he's anti-JM. That is why he's saying what he's saying. For goodness sake. Paul, I was just telling somebody that the same Jesus who called Peter and the other 11 was the same Jesus who called Judas. If John Mahama chooses to be a Judas, that is his decision. I choose to be a Peter, on whom the church or the legacy of Jonathanos shall be built. And Peter didn't need the permission of Jesus' brothers. So do I not need the permission of a certain Samaritans, MP for KEEA. Neither do I need the permission of Cardinal Nathaniels. They can't nowhere near this equation, because when President Mos was calling me, just as Jesus was calling Peter, the brothers of Jesus were not there. And so when President Mos was calling me one morning to work for him and be covenanted, Samuel Atanos came here MP. He was loafing around in the US until victory came. And he jumped down to come and be at the castle with no portfolio, but makes all the noise. Go and ask him, 12 years. And today I'll say it on your program. Ask Samuel Atanos. So I'll publish my book. You two are publishing yours. Ask him, where is the PhD thesis that the president, his brother, gave to him to publish into a book?
In whose name?
In the president's name. Before the
President Mills?
Before he
But
passed.
he already had a PhD.
Yeah, no, his thesis. his PhD thesis. He wanted it developed into a book. Yes. So ask Samuel Atanols, who this year declared that he will eliminate me by juju, by tricks, and by everything. I'm asking him, Samuel Atanols, where is your brother's PhD he gave to you to publish into a book, so that Ghanaians in the world
can see it?
Can see that at age 24, 25, 26, 27, what he wrote in his PhD thesis is what he fleshed out over the years as a lecturer on campus, both School of Administration, the Law Faculty, the Law School, Ghana Association of Taxation, IRS, into GRA, Vice President. So ask Samuel Atanols, also man kind of one yaw. Samuel Atanols, Kadman Atanols, Abazin Waye, Edia Kai one brother. Now, Kadman Atanols, ask him whether Koku Anyidoho, 2 days after the death of their brother, the president. So the president dies on Tuesday. On Thursday, we go for a cabinet meeting.
Led by John Mahama.
Of course, he was the new president. After that cabinet meeting, that's when I told Kadman Atanols, I said, look, between your brother and I, we were discussing the future. And the plan was that post 8 years of presidency, we'll set up a foundation, just like President Kufuor. And then your brother wanted to go back into academia. So. But you see, I don't want to run ahead of the family. So you, Kadman, go and register this foundation, albeit temporarily, and as it were, place a lien on the name, so that nobody will go and take it, and now you have to run around and go chasing. Good counsel, he listened to me at the time, and did so, got a temporary certificate, subsequently got a permanent one. Me, Koku Anyidoho, at a point in time, one of the oil companies wrote to me 100,000 USD, available for anything Atanols. I called Kadman and gave him that letter. Only God knows what happened to the 100,000 US dollars. So when these two brothers gang up and seek to call me a bad name, because I will not sell myself and my conscience to John Dramani Mahama, today they should go to Utwam and go and uproot that structure and throw away. If actually Professor Moses doesn't come from Utwam, they should go and uproot it and throw away. The God I serve.
So you've done 2 major monuments for Paul. What is the better photograph? Which one is this? What photograph is this?
So this is another side view. Oh, now you see the boulders.
It's big.
Yeah, you see the boulders. This is how rocky the place was before the contractor managed to create a level surface to be able to put up that structure. So this is how the place was very rocky. But you see, this side that you are looking overlooks the sea,
the ocean.
The ocean. Oh, when you stand there,
the sea is there.
Yes, it's just there. And when Mapu came to this side of the structure, and it was like, wow. So Paul, last week Thursday was the first time Mapu saw it
at the commissioning.
Now back to my integrity that I cherish so much. So when this thing was agreed upon, Mapu said, Koku, if this is what the family wants, I leave it to the two of the Atanols Institute and the family. You decide on even the architect, the contractor,
everything.
For me, Mapu, between me and my people, we will help fund it. So monies are given to me physically from a certain source. I sign for, not at a state institution. So let's be clear.